Come on, somebody, in your car in the house on the highway. Jonesy and Flyway, turn your volume up, it's a party. Again and again, come on in and tell a friend, let's get it moving like. What up, Jonesy? Hey, what a way to start the day. Go and say hi, she on her life. She totally up too slick. Hey, Jonesy in the morning. Got to live, that's tip for me. Girl, it's giving night time. It's Jonesy in the morning. Jonesy in the morning. With shade and laughter, me. Na 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 na. Jonesy in the morning.
Good morning. Let me hop my ass in the chair.
Hey, Jonesy. Yeah. That's too funny. Hey, right lane, let's shit it. So real. It's Jonesy in the morning. It's Jonesy. With shade and laughter, me. Na 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 na. Jonesy in the morning.
Good morning. Hey, Booze. Hey. Hey, Booze. Hey. Good morning, everybody. Everybody gather around. Hi, Giddy. Good morning. Now let me do this one while I still get it.
Hey, Jonesy. Yeah. Got to live, that's tip for me. Hey, Ryan Lane, let's shit it. So real. It's Jonesy in the morning. It's Jonesy. With shade and laughter, me. Na.
Morning, everybody.
Jonesy in the morning.
Come on in. Yep. Everybody gather around, grab a seat. Class is in session. How did everybody rest last night? Oh, come on, Banner. Monday through Thursday, 7 to 10. Come on. Everybody give it up for DJ Giddy. My tech support. How's everybody? Good morning, Kim. Good morning, Garcelle, Tai. Let me give you guys a quick peek at the merch we've got going. The Pink Champ hoodies. These are very limited sizes. I have another run going. These were a gift from someone who came in here last week. I don't even know if I wrote his name down, but so there's a limited run. So I have to get another run of the Pink Champ hoodies, and these are the t-shirts. That means you are officially down with me. See the little clock? We like our little clock. These are the t-shirts. And the information how you can get you some is scrolling the bottom of the screen. You email, ask me if I have your size. If you're a bigger one, I probably do not. But again, we have an order out. Hold on. Because y'all gonna sit here and let me be ashy. I don't like it. It is cold. Who had to go outside already? Ooh, child. And you know what I hate? I hate when my boys have to be out in some uncomfortable elements and I don't necessarily have to because I feel guilty. I feel like, so when I know it's like 10 degrees like today, and Che, well, he's off today because they're in midterms. But I would get up and I would go and warm the car up for him because, number one, Jalen never taught me how to use his electric start. So I can't do it from the window. And I just be feeling bad. Like he already just got out of a warm bed, right? And now he got to go out in a cold car and sit in that cold. Now, back in the day when we were growing up, we were lucky if our folks even had a car. Number one. Number two, no, let me take that back because most of our parents did have cars back in the day, I think. Our moms, maybe not so much. But usually our dads. Oh, thank you, Big R Entertainment. Thank you. Yeah, I look back at my videos from the other day and I was like, whoa, you want the people to come back. You got to judge it up a little. But so my mom didn't drive, my dad did. And even then, you were lucky if you got a ride to the bus stop, to the train station. Really, just so you could stand in the freaking cold outside. It was, I don't even know why. Like why I was encouraged to go to school. It was hell. I had to take like 3 or 4 trains and then walk up 300 steps. You guys know those steps on Convent that go up to Convent Avenue to, I think now it's A. Philip Randolph. It used to be Music and Art, the Castle on the Hill. Convent is up there and down, I think is St. Nick maybe, or St. Nick's Terrace. All I know is the A and the C train would get us there. And after I did all that training from Astoria, because Astoria is inlet. So you got to go from Inlet, Queens, into Manhattan, to a bus, to a train, into Manhattan. And then go from there to 42nd Street to catch the F or the... It was a lot. A bitch had to want to go get smart, really. But so you were lucky if you had a parent that had a car that would drive you to school or drive you to the bus stop, right? But then, see, Kim, you know, you live on Convent. So, Big R, you know. Brown Karma, yup. You feel guilty, so you drive your daughter to work every day. And yup. Now, I found a way. Hold on. I found a way yesterday to put these comments on. Show comments on. Hold on. Where's my thing? Where's my cursor? Oh, there we are. Wait. Show comments on page. There we go. There go your comments. Bam. See, I told you I'd be studying the show after the show. Give me a couple of more weeks. A few more weeks, and I will have this whole thing down like Giddy. Giddy's my bar. Down like Giddy. 5432. I love you back. So in that spirit, I'll get up and I'll go out in the cold just so I can warm up the car so that when he drives, because he drives a far away and he's a new driver and I already feel a way about that, right? But I'm like, at least what I can do is make it not so shell shocking when he gets in the car because baby, this, and they said we about to get snow like 7 to 12 inches, maybe. No, I think it was more than that. My girlfriend, Courtney, has a shoulder injury. And every time we're about to get rain or snow, her shoulder tells her so. So she told me, but I don't know if, Courtney, can your shoulder tell us how many inches? She'd be listening. How you shouldering? So yeah, I think we're getting a lot of snow and we really can't complain because think about it. My kids haven't had snow since they were like tiny kids. Like I think we maybe had some snow in 2011, 12, 13. And I remember because it was a condo, but our condo, our backyard or our condo our terrace faced the playground. Like we literally lived on the playground. We were on the ground floor. So all they would have to do was hop over our little banister and be at the slide. And they would be playing in the snow. And I remember because then they wanted to track all that goddamn snow inside my living room. And then the carpet gets wet and cold. And so that was the last time we had snow because I didn't have to buy them snow boots after that. And when I did, they never wore them because it was never snowing again. So last night, I went on Amazon. Shay is not going to wear these boots. He's not. He's not going to wear these boots. He's not going to wear boots from Amazon that are like, they're not name boots. He's not really a name kid, but he knows nice quality stuff. I was just trying to get this nigga something cheap so he can go out there and clean the snow off the cars when it comes. Right? I'm not doing fashion in fair weather. I'm not. You said today's snow ain't shit. Let's hope. Right. It was 3 feet and rising was normal growing up. But to the point, good morning, Zonell. Amazon. I sure did. But let me tell you, let me show you my carts. So these boots that I got him, and please don't tell him because I don't want him to be like, bruh, now I'm really not wearing them because people are going to be looking. But I did a little research. So actually, I got him too. This is so stupid. I know he ain't going to like these. I don't give a damn. I know he is not going to like these. But I'm like, these are good enough to clean snow, right? Right? Land's End. And then I got him these. Now, these are the real deal. Did you guys ever hear of Ever Boots? These. Are they ugly? They might be ugly. But supposedly, you can immerse them in water. Like, that's how waterproof they are. So, I don't know. 40 belows, right? Remember 40 belows? Come on, Quasamine. Right? Big R, they don't look bad to you? Look, they are what they are. The first ones were only like $40, so I don't care. These were a lot more, but the quality of them, they say that these are guaranteed to keep his feet dry. So, oh, you like them, 5432? Okay. Okay. Right, function. And you would hope that at this point in his life, 17, driving, he knows what cold and, walking in the elements from a parking spot. Dwayne, you like the first well, look, Jayla's in Arizona, so I feel like typically I'd be buying 2 pairs of boots anyway, one for him and one for Che. Jayla only needs freaking what? Shorts. So Che gets 2 pair and, whatever. You can always take stuff back to Amazon. So that was my night last night for the most part. And I was talking to, I told you about this girlfriend of mine. Her name is Lawyer Bay on Instagram. She's a lawyer. She's younger. I'm going to talk to her and let her break down her background. Come on in, people. Come on in. We're just getting started. Come on in. Like and subscribe on a whatever Wednesday. Your kids don't be knowing. I think I still have my 40s too. And there was a point where me and Che had the same foot size, and he could wear my beef and broccolis. The only thing about beef and broccolis is that they don't come up high enough. Snow still gets down in when you're trying to clean the car. I'm not out there rolling in the snow, but I am cleaning the car and occasionally a step or a driveway. So I don't need that problem because I'll go right the fuck back in the house. And whenever I call someone to clean it, Che gets pissed off because he's like, that's money he could have made and it's waste. Which I get. Good morning, people. Good morning. We're just getting started. So Lawyer Bay, she's a young attorney. I like the sound of that pop. She's a young attorney. And you might have seen her on social media. So what she does is she takes the same stories that we're all watching and she talks about it from a legal perspective. Sometimes we be wanting to know outcome or how come, right? So she gets to the bottom of all of that, and she's in the culture of the culture. So I invited her to come on this morning and talk about some things. So that will be at around 8. And then Ron P, obviously, with the sports report. There's a big MMA fight coming on this weekend. Let me write this down. The name Hold on. His name, the MMA fighter this weekend, is Matt Mastillo. Click this. And Nationwide Bus Charter is going to be taking Matt Mastillo and his family and friends to the MMA fight this weekend. So I was just gathering the information. So the fight is part of the Flex Fight series this Saturday, the 31st, over at HK Hall, 48th Street, Manhattan. So now we've got someone to root for. Hey, how you fighting? How you flexing? So yeah, clip this. That's Matt Mastillo. The Flex Fight series is this Saturday night. I don't know if you're into MMA. I happen to be. I'm into the whole wrestling, boxing, MMAing. I've always been into that shit. So this weekend, HK Hall is going to be popping, and you'll see the Nationwide Bus Charter buses, car services outside, because they will be transporting Matt Mastillo and his family and his friends. Good luck, Matt, from Jonesy in the morning. Hey, clip that. Thank you. Yes, don't you love UFC? Oh, somebody said, okay, here. Thank you. Right. I felt guilty. I looked back at the past episodes, and was like, bitch, I know you in the house, but you better act like you're going to see Wayne. Wayne cheated on me yesterday. I saw him with a picture with Mary J. Blige. I said, I said, you damn right the queen wasn't coming in there when I was in that bitch. But it was okay. But he just a grinning. All good. All good. Look. Like Misa, we are all moving on in 2026, right? It's too much other shit going on in the world. Good morning, Ray Brown. And Trinero. What are you trying to say? You said, I'm tough because I like to watch fights? You said, so you're tough? Have you had a fight? Nigga, we could go right now. We could go right now. And I'm telling you this, I don't fight fair. Ask my ex-husband. You see this? I cut meat and then I cut that nigga. That's the crazy in me. So take a chance and spin the wheel if you want to, Trinero. Are you tough? Are you a tough guy? Yeah, 5432. All good. Everybody come on in and tell a friend and share and like and thumb up and all the things. All the things so this thing can keep going. Which, by the way, thank you for all the support and you showing up. for Jonesy and my little antics here. It means the world to me because I'm building my platform. Pink Champs is coming. Oh, and I got a call from the network for Clear My Name, my talk show. They want me to come and check out the set space. So that's moving along. And I'm just thankful and grateful to have you guys witness the making of. Because sometimes it be the making of that allows you to really appreciate a journey, appreciate the fact that everybody, as long as you're alive, everybody is always going to change and transition. And right now, shit is changing faster and more than before. So if you can witness me do a public transition, which is harder than a private transition, if you can witness and I still come out on the other side, right? Hopefully that's some inspiration. But in the meantime,
hey, Jonesy, yeah. Got 2 minutes, that's 10 for me.
Hey, Ryan Lane, let's get it.
So real, it's Jonesy in the morning. It's Jonesy. With shade and laughter,
Shade and laughter me.
don't quit. Lisa, the only one being laughed for me is friend and Mary.
Jonesy in the morning.
Good morning, Grayson. Grayson, I'm about to put you and Kim from Harlem in a little cage. And then I'm going to take off my scarf, take off my hair, and I'm going to jungle box you and Kim from Harlem. You want to know why? Don't text, email me at 5 in the morning. Nothing is that important. I love this show. Ain't shit that important to me. You know why? So Kim, you were not alone. Kim got it yesterday. Kim, you told him how I gave it to you yesterday? Ooh, Kim learned. Kim learned what my best friend Jackie learned, what my best friend Sharice learned, what my best friend Courtney never had to learn, what my sisters learned, even what my parents learned. Do not wake me up before my eyes open on their own. Don't do it. 5 a.m.? What could be that important? If it's not a tap on the shoulder of a roll over, you sleep. If it ain't that, if it's not the tap, 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 you up. Or this is the worst one, tap, tap, tap. You not going in today? No, nigga, I'm going in. Why are you waking me up this early? Giddy. Giddy, you been there. The great experience, if you grown, you know. Come on, stop. I'm like, Asia, good morning. Right, the most dangerous morning show. What up, Mark? Yeah, I said, first is Kim, now is Grayson. Do these niggas really think I like being up early? This is the biggest joke God could have ever played on someone's life. Me. Like I said, my sisters, my parents, it got so bad as a child that they would just let me sleep until 11 a.m. Everybody else is up. They done went to the store, got the newspaper. I smell food cooking. I hear vacuums running. I hear cartoons on the TV. And I was still asleep and allowed to sleep till 11. So when I got offered to do mornings, I was like, bruh, what? No. And 34 years later, here we are. So, yeah. Ulysses, shut up, Kim. Stop telling your coworkers. Stop spreading family business, Kim. I know you needed somebody to tell. Ooh, but Kim, you're not alone. Because this morning, Grayson stepped into the ring with the email, with the whole, and I appreciate the email. Because the email was some shit I probably should have had done myself last night. I did show prep, but he prepped me a little further. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let me acknowledge that. Your efforts and your work. Thank you. But baby, can you like set the email to go at like 6? Because when I missed that last hour, oh my God. Oh my God. Vinci said Kim texted me at 10 and was so apologetic. 10 ain't shit till 5 in the morning. 10, you might just be getting in or just be settling down. Or talking to the family about wrapping up the, like, what was your day like? But 5 in the morning? Child. But here's a fucked up thing. I do not have that same respect for my friends. I'm texting at 4. I'm texting at 5. And this is the thing. They will answer me because they'll assume it's some industry shit. They will always answer me. They will always answer. Well, sometimes they'll answer because they know like the weirdest tragedy of shit be happening to me. And it be compounded. So they'll answer and be like, what's wrong? But they will always answer. I think my friends are naturally nosy. And they know if I'm calling at that time in the morning, it's going down. It's usually something. It's usually something. But anyway. See, Natalie, I'm afraid to do that because Jalen's in Arizona and he's 3 hours behind us. So if my phone is on silent and some shit's jumping off, I mean, I think I'm more a night person, definitely than a morning person. I have adapted, but my preference when I'm on vacation, y'all know I'm living from 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. and sometimes 5 p.m. to 5 p.m. We used to do that. Remember we used to do that? We used to go like 10-hour lives. With 6 kids, I only get 6 hours of sleep. That's still a lot. That's a lot. But so imagine somebody fucking with you in that 5th hour, Kim. I'm just saying. And it ain't a 911. You know what your text was. Hey, Jonesy. Ready for a great show on Tuesday? Charlie. But keep your spirit, Kim. We need people like you make the world go round. My son has that phone. Only me and my hubby can make the phone ring. All right. I'm ahead of myself. That was my alarm to send the link. Oh, but I didn't send it to Ron P. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. He was very apologetic for yesterday for not being here. Shay Bella. Oh, so about the merch. I got around. Don't judge me. I'm a one-woman show doing the best I can. I can't distract Shay because it's midterms week. So even though moving forward, he'll be doing all the shipping. I sorted everything out yesterday. A few of you, I don't have. Kathleen Robinson, I need your address. If you're in here, I need your address. Somebody's name, Juegeez, Juegeez. I have no address for you. Mr. Curtis, I'm sorry, you're not going to have a pink jam hoodie for the weekend because I never had double XL. That's an order that's in the making. Diane Williams, I don't have an address for you. I have an address for Elaine Williams, and I don't know if you guys are in the same household or not. Could you please email me and let me know the email address that's scrolling at the bottom? Somebody lives so close to me. Anita, I'm dropping it at your door. I just invited myself to her house. Cheryl Coy, you didn't give me an address either. And everybody else, I think we're good. Mr. Crawford, I'll be dropping yours off at Bergen Catholic. Yep. And so if you needed double X anything, it'll be a minute, not too long. Shirts are fairly easy. Let me text this link to Ron P. He was very apologetic yesterday. He was in court all day. Something about the ICE agents pulled up on him. He'll explain. Everybody, come on in. Come on in. Get yourselves together. So I saw Fat Joe and Jada sat down with Pete Rock. Did y'all see that interview? If I order 26, can you bring them to the shop in Brooklyn, Black History Month? Is there extra charge? That's dope. What size? I can possibly bring them to the shop in Brooklyn. Don't disclose the studio location, remember? Oh, okay. Ron P is ready at 7:45. Perfect. Right. Remember our first week, someone was asking where I was at. They said, "Are you home?" And I was like, "Of course not." All right, I'll discuss all that later, but I need the addresses of the people that bought the merch. That held me up because I'm not making 2 and 3 trips. That I'm not doing. So everybody have your shit together or everybody suffers. Are you blaming them? Because you really didn't want to go out in the cold anyway. I'm just saying. I really shouldn't have to make multiple trips. But hopefully you guys will support and purchase. That's the information. $25 for the t-shirt. The hoodies have gone up to 30. They really should be 40, but 30 is fair. And that means you are officially part of the gang. And when I have my comedy in Harlem and you wear my merch, I'll give you like, I don't know, maybe a free drink or $5 back or something. Okay. All right. So Pete Rock was on with, this is real quick before Ron P comes up. Pete Rock was on with Fat Joe and Jada, and they were asking about his relationship with CL Smooth. So I need to play a song for reference. I can.
Reminisce for a spell, or shall I say, back 22 years ago to keep it on track.
So he said it was jealousy. He said this is what Pete Rock said, and then he said he wasn't jealous of Pete Rock, but he had a jealous spirit. And he said when you're trying to grow and be a grown man, you can't have that type of spirit around you. And he said so he started not liking coming to work. He stopped even wanting to be around him. So that was the beginning of the end of Pete Rock and CL Smooth. So I'm going to get the other side of the story because CL runs with Peter Guns now. I even think they have some music together. Y'all would probably know better than me. Yes, money earning, of course. But they run together now, and it'd be good to hear his side of it. But here's what I say. I'm grateful. And then he was honest enough to say he didn't want to break up. He didn't want to leave the group. He said he was hella talented. That's grown man shit. But you're just not like shitting on the person and their gifts and their talents just because things didn't work out, right? You admit you might have had a part in it. He didn't admit he had a part in it. But he just said he still would have liked to work with him. I appreciate that. But I had a girlfriend who used to fuck with CL Smooth. And she used to say that he was bipolar or acted bipolar. And I don't know if that, all right, Elaine. So can you email me? Elaine is here. I just asked her for her address. Good morning, sweetheart, first of all. And thank you for the support. Can you email me when you get a chance, your address? Wait, or is it your address I have and I need Diane's? Oh, nope, I got yours. Come on, Jersey City. Ow. I might do a drop off at your door too. I need Diane Williams. Lala, good morning. We got Allure in the chat. We got Allure in the building. You should know. So I'm appreciative. And Lala, you've been in a group for many, many years. So you could testify about how the dynamics might change. And you got to really, really love what you do sometimes to stay in a situation that's lucrative, but maybe not personally lucrative or maybe not personally fulfilling, right? I know whenever I did talk to Sharice about her and Cassandra from Changing Faces, getting back together, that was always an absolute no. So in that case, there was a thing. Or maybe it was multiple things that got it to the point of never. At that point, you got to know it's just better to walk away and hold on to memories. Or not, right? Because we too grown to be sitting and stewing. How you stewing? So stupid. So, yeah. That was Pete Rock. Good morning. Bukeem is in the building. Good morning. Michael Jones is in the building. Thank you, Diane. Glad you're here. I'm glad you're sending the address so I can ship you guys stuff. Right. Lala from Allure said, thank God we love each other. Yeah. Because love and mom's foot will keep sisters together. Trust me. I saw them in the Cadillac. When you want to get in that Cadillac? Soon. Very soon. And you know what? It's okay to argue like sisters. Because that bond is firm and solid. Wasn't that the same with Naughty by Nature? They personally don't like each other, but they make money each other. Sometimes Tresh walks away from it. And sometimes Vinny and KG feel it's not worth it. But I heard that was a little deeper than them falling out. I heard it got to the point where KG's family allegedly jumped Tresh. That's what I heard. And you know what? I don't even want to put that out there because I just get tired of the allegedly word. I don't even know if it's safe. Bukeem, you still recovering from that birthday? You still celebrating? Or are you on the island? I know you said you were going, I think, away or on a cruise. How you cruising? How you bruising? Tracy, good morning. Yeah. And you know what? Sometimes groups came together for a reason. It was talent. It was not because they got along. Right? Do you think Misa and Mary will ever make up? It depends. It depends on how much damage was done. See, when shit plays out in front of the camera, it makes it harder to say sorry and to make up. Because then you always run the risk of people and your friends calling you a punk ass bitch for being back friends with that bitch. You had us wanting to jump that bitch, and now you back smiling up in her face, that bitch. Right? Good morning, Dr. Owens. We talking about Misa and Mary briefly. I just made a reference because I said I saw my old producer Wayne grinning and smiling, skinning and grinning with Mary in the picture he posted on LinkedIn. I don't follow him. And I said, yeah, definitely waited till I was out the building to slide her ass in. And then somebody brought up Misa. So this is not a Misa and Mary moment. Mary's Lifetime movie looks interesting. Oh, okay. Didn't know, but I won't be watching. Okay, you're leaving out on Friday for your vacation? Well, enjoy it, Bokeem, and be careful. And I hope you can get back in the country when you're ready to come back home. Because you're better than me. That asshole in the White House, he be then woke up on a Wednesday and decide he want to close the country borders. And while I'm not too fond of this country, it's all I know. So you said Mary's executive producer. I don't think she's in it. I wouldn't care if she were. I don't really care about that story. Yes, Grayson. Drinking my Bartonora Rosé. First thing. I don't even know why. I don't even know why. I don't need bubbles in my stomach. How you bubbling? I'm not. I'm not interested in that life. I'm tired of trauma stories. Ain't y'all tired of fucking people trauma? We all had our own fucking trauma. Why I need to watch yours out? If that's the case, I might as well just go and DVR, go to Netflix and DVR or Netflix fucking Roots. Gets no more traumatizing than that. Once you've seen that, nobody's story compares. So I'm not going to her concert where I have to do all the work along with the rest of you. This is me handing the mic out. And I'm not interested in her life story. Oh, Marianne and Fizz. What you talking about with April? Ugh. I thought April was with Tay Diggs. I don't know. I kind of want to see Dionne Warwick's Lifetime movie because I don't know anything about her past. But if she's not going to give it up, then she can keep it in. I'm just saying. I'm still not done with his and hers, but I still know that it's great and it's good. So here for it. Just haven't gotten through it. All right. Let me see what's going on with Ron P, who should be logging in shortly. I'm trying to pay attention. Giddy, should I remove this right here? Or is there something on this box? Thank you. She's not with him anymore? I wanted her to stay with him. I mean, I knew they broke up. I didn't know they broke up, but then I remembered they got back. They did get back. So I don't know. I feel like, oh, you said 153 people in the chat and only 51 thumbs up. Come on, please like and share. She works hard for the money. Do you guys appreciate Mickey? Is it Mikey? I will never get it. Hey, Mickey, you're so fine. Hey, Mickey. Mikey Sherrill with the electric bills and the heat. And she's opening it up so other companies can come in and offer you maybe cheaper rates. competitive rates. Does that mean anything to anybody? Or am I the only one with a $750 bill every month? I'm so glad my kids got asthma. I mean, I don't mean that I'm glad they got asthma. I don't want them to have asthma. I don't want nobody to have asthma, but I tell you, when them electric bills and them cutoff notes used to come in, I love the fact that, first of all, you can get 2 30-day stays, right? And then you can get, if you get that letter from your pediatrician, you get that moratorium. That bill can go, but they got to keep your shit on. Mm-hmm. 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 I can act fancy and free, like, oh no, I can afford $750 every month. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm telling you, you better get them little niggas some asthma. Or get you a senior or elder. They got some things going on. Philly Chica, yup. Because you know what? The old Jonesy talking. But they still doing them new corporate jokes. And when they want to play them corporate games, I'm tapping right back into old Jonesy. All of us are. Listen. I'm just saying. If we don't do nothing else as a culture, we're going to figure it out. Only problem is we don't share the information. But you can't always, because there's always somebody that's going to fuck up the church money. And then we're left back to square one, figuring out a new thing. I get that too. But yes, she introduced or signed an executive order that those rates, the whatever they would put into the gas and electric bills to make our bills shoot up, that they have to stop, and that now we can have competing companies come in and offer us options for our electric bills and our gas bills. So they're asking that when people come in, please hit the like button first, and then you can sit and enjoy the show. Thank you. That's the only way this thing is going to keep going. I keep telling you, I get disinterested real fast. So please, it don't cost you nothing to hit the like. Your bill was $8.91. See, that don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. The nurses get snippy because they don't have no asthma kit in their house. Who said they don't play the asthma thing no more? You need an oxygen tank. So funny. Until they get the lawsuit. Right. Ulysses. Yeah, everybody got to try and save. So get your t-shirts. Saving money so you can get your t-shirts and your pink champ hoodies. Fuck that. Oh! Did I tell you? Wait, let me text Ron and see what he's at. Monday night, I'll be doing Comedy in Harlem karaoke. I think I'm filling in for Mo. I think she has a show someplace. So if you don't mind coming out to see the kid, Monday night, the 26th, at Comedy in Harlem. Comedy in Harlem is where I will be for comedy and karaoke. We fill in for each other. Vintage sub bill was 800, but still freezing. Yeah, where I live, they know, the owners know they need to do something. They were trying to, and then I decided to renew my lease for another 2 years because the house I was about to move into, I have found a house. Oh, here go Ron P.
Jonesy, can you hear me?
Wrong.
Oh, there I go.
Hey.
What up, Jonesy? See where I'm at.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
So what happened
I'm
with
at
ICE
work.
ran up on you yesterday?
That's a long story, but I was in court fighting my citizenship the whole time, so I'm good now.
I'm just glad you back. So stupid.
I'm back.
You at the airport?
Yes, I'm at the airport. I was sorry about yesterday, y'all. My bad. I was in
It's
court
okay.
straightening a bunch of stuff out, and
As
I
long
was
as you get to
purchasing some
stay.
things, exercising my Second Amendment right. So purchasing
That's
some new
right.
things. So I had to go make sure I get all my stuff registered so that ICE
For
don't
the
take me
pew
up out of
pew.
here.
Yup.
Yes,
Tell them
good.
we all
So
got guns.
we do. And the problem I had, well, not that y'all care to know, but I'll tell you anyway. Problem I had yesterday is that there was like my 7th purchase within a year and a half. And when I went to get it, the lady asked me, well, how many am I going to get? So I asked her, well, how many am I allowed? Is there a limit? And she said, no. I said, so what's the question for? I don't understand it. So like, why are you asking me how many if there's no limit? So, but
Because they
no
think
big
they
deal.
can now. They still don't learn. You can still
Well,
get
with
punched in
us,
the face.
with us, yes. But anyway, what up, y'all? How y'all doing? Sorry about yesterday.
Meanwhile, her 12-year-old probably has his own stash along with a
Yes.
black raincoat, ready to take his
Yes. Yep.
little video game anxiety out on his classmates.
Yeah.
So she needs to
But
mind
so Jonesy,
business.
when I do the sports report, y'all, I got all my notes on my phone, so y'all gonna lose my picture while I do it, but y'all will still have my voice here
That is fine.
delivering the sports report to y'all very efficiently and expeditiously, as Mike Tyson would say. So with that being said, welcome, y'all. It is the Ron P Sports Report brought to you by Nationwide Bus Charter. Shout out to Nick and shout out to Isabella. And speaking of Nationwide Bus Charter, Jonesy, I'll have you know, Nationwide Bus Charter will be taking Matt Mustello's family and friends to watch his MMA fight as he takes on Patrick Elfie, fighting for the Flex Fight Series 54. Matt's coming off a September 2025 win of with a triangle choke. I don't even know what that is, but it sounds very uncomfortable, and I would have probably tapped out too. The fight takes place this Saturday, January 31st at HK Hall and 605 West 48th Street in the city. Again, Saturday, January 31st, HK Hall, 605 West 48th Street in the city. So if you're interested in going to watch Matt Mustello along with his family fight MMA, please pull up on him and support. Nationwide Bus Charter is taking him and his family there, and they will be there to take you to any type of event. Nationwide Bus Charter is there for any type of event. So shout out to Nick and shout out to Isabella, and good luck to Matt this weekend.
Matt.
I mean, the 31st. Shout out to you. Good luck.
The fact that he's trusting his whole
Moving
family,
on,
his
shout outs.
entourage.
I got to give another shout out. This one is for a hometown kid. Major
that
shout out to a kid I know, a friend of my son's who played with him, Jalen Bell, a.k.a. Hollywood Bell. Congrats on winning the college football national championship as he won a national championship with Indiana on their first national championship ever. I know a lot of y'all probably watched that game Monday. Very good game when they beat Miami, University of Miami, the U. So shout out to Jalen Hollywood Bell. Shout out to his dad, Marion Bell, a.k.a. Coach Bell, and his mom, Vivian. He was on my son's Brick City youth team that won 2 national championships. Then he moved to Georgia and went to Grayson High School, which is one of the top high schools for football in the country, won a state championship. And now his first year in college as a freshman, he wins the national championship along with Indiana, winning their first national championship. So Hollywood, the only thing left for you to do, brother, is win a Super Bowl. You done did it all. National youth championships, high school championship, college championship, and now you just need to win a Super Bowl. So shout out to you. That's a big deal.
Yes.
Speaking of football, moving on, let's talk about the Giants. I know I mentioned last week to y'all, the Giants were in talks to get their head coach, John Harbaugh, locked up. Well, they introduced him Tuesday. John Harbaugh says he's happy to be a Giant. He's happy to be the Giants head coach, but the power structure is being a little overblown, and let me explain. They were saying that he wanted to have total control of everything. He wanted to be the general manager. And he's saying that's not the case. It's being a little overblown. So let me tell you a little bit about the deal that Coach Harbaugh will be receiving. Harbaugh he's going to be reporting directly to the ownership rather than to the general manager. So normally the head coach reports to the general manager, but he's over skipping him and he's going straight to the ownership. So that will give him a little more control. And he signed a deal worth $100 million for 5 years. So it's a 5-year deal, $100 million, $20 million a year if you do the math. And I think that John Harbaugh is going to change the culture of the Giants and get them back to winning again. So shout out to you, New York Giants fans. I'm sure y'all excited. And shout out to Coach Harbaugh. Let's get into some hoop action, starting with some college hoops. St. John's, the Johnnies, they beat Seton Hall 65-60 yesterday. So shout out to St. John's. And then some NBA scores. The Suns, they beat the Sixers 116-110. Bulls beat the Clippers 138-110. Rockets beat the Spurs 111-106. Jazz beat the Timberwolves 127-122. Lakers beat the Nuggets 115-107. Raptors beat the Warriors 145-127. The Heat beat the Kings 130-117. The Knicks and Nets were both off, but guess what? They will be playing tonight in the Garden. That's right. The Brooklyn Nets will be playing the Knicks at 7:30 in the Garden tonight. The Knicks will be trying to snap a 4-game losing streak. So hopefully they got the right team to do it. No disrespect to y'all, Brooklyn, but they are the right team to snap any type of losing streak against, as they are only 12-29 for the season. The Knicks are 25-18. So shout out to the New York Knicks. I'm a Knicks fan, but Brooklyn, I support y'all too, just not tonight. And that, my friends, let me come back so y'all can see me. That, my friends, is your Ron P Sports Report, brought to you from the airport and by Nationwide Bus Charter. So shout out to y'all. James, you look nice, by the way.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I've been junkyard dogging it all week, so I was like, you got to do better. Why?
Can you hear me? Okay, I can't hear you, but I just wanted to say you look nice. You look beautiful. So shout out to y'all.
Thank you.
Bye, Jonesy. Take care, y'all.
And that, my friends, is Ron P Sports Report. I kind of figured he couldn't hear because I was jumping in and asking questions. I wanted to know, where did this coach come from? Why he gets to skip over management and deal directly with the owners. That means that he's their guy. Their guy doesn't necessarily mean he's qualified, but it doesn't necessarily mean he's not either. I do get that. But I already feel like it's going to be a power dynamic struggle and a distraction to the team when he's not going through the proper channels, right? The hierarchy. I don't know. What up, main event? Good morning. Will I see you Monday at Comedy in Harlem? I hope so. LaShawn, the electric company can cut you off in the winter. They can. They don't care about that winter shit. Some big mouth bitch in the back was like, we don't care about none of that unless you have that letter saying that somebody in your house needs oxygen, asthma machine, electric, something, a life-saving device, that they need that year round. That's the only way. And that bill still keeps going. Oh, but you know what? Now that I'm officially unemployed, I might go swoop back down and get some services. Come on, calling all services. Calling on. Calling on. There's an upside to that, as well as maybe a downside. Maybe not. Yeah, we got to figure out why we couldn't hear Ron. We'll get better as it goes. But does anybody in the chat know where this coach came from? Do y'all feel like he deserves $100 million? Oh, Lawyer Bay is here. So this is my friend that I've been telling you guys about. Good morning, beautiful.
Good morning.
How are you?
I am good. How are y'all?
Good. I love the hair. Happy New Year. Uh-oh, your sound just went out. I can hear you. Yeah, I can't hear you now. Giddy, is it something on our side? Go out and come back. That's Lawyer Bay. She is a young attorney, I told you, that's from the culture, but be breaking down all these little stupid antics. Did y'all see ASAP? Oh, ASAP is coming to the Prudential Center. I don't know when, but my guy called and asked if I wanted a suite. I was like, bruh, you could have wasted the call. You could have saved your time calling me. But he's coming to town. But they were in Harlem the other night. Good morning, Nikki. Yeah, Philly Chica, that's definitely an inside hookup. His brother still coaches too. Came from the Ravens. His father coached in the NFL in the past as well. Still don't think he's worth it. It usually skips a generation. I'm just saying. There's a kid on Bergen whose dad played in the NFL, and the father-in-law, the grandfather, the wife's father, was a coach in the NFL. And they thought that kid was going to come in as a freshman and start. Now, he did get a lot of time, but now he's leaving and going to Paramus. Can we hear you now?
Yeah. Can you
Hey,
hear me?
good morning.
Good morning.
So I'm so grateful to have you here. Happy New Year. How was your holiday?
It was very calm, thank God.
Oh,
So,
good.
yeah, it was. I think it's probably like that for a lot of people
Hopefully.
this year because
Baby. So you and I have a friend in common, Isaac Hayes III, and he connected us. But you are always, I was telling everybody, you are not only always at the crux of what's going on in the culture, but you offer an interesting twist because you're actually an attorney. And a lot of times we'd be wondering, can they do that and get away with it? Right? So how long have you been practicing?
It will be 10 years this year. So
you look like a baby. What do you mean 10 years?
It will make 10 years that have been,
wow.
Got a lot of seasoning now.
Yeah. Do you still love what you do?
I love that I am not allowing the profession to tell me what to do, because that's typically how we start. We start with the fear that this profession basically stamps you with from the inception. And I'm like, fuck that. Like, y'all over there miserable, y'all over there on drugs, addicted to alcohol, probably doing everything under the sun. I ain't have to do none of that.
Right. I'm glad that you're creating your own space, using what you've learned and what you've earned and creating it, bringing it to the space of the culture. So let's get right into it, honey. So first up, I wanted to ask you about what did I have down here? The Keith Porter story breaks my heart. He was the man in LA who got killed by ICE agents.
Yeah.
You want to give them the background?
Well, Keith Porter was celebrating New Year's. I think he decided that, let me say this. A lot of people on New Year's decide that they're going to utilize a gun and point it in the sky and let off a couple of rounds. That has been a norm for pretty much every race. There's not a race that can say that they have not done it. So he was celebrating New Year's, and he decided that he was going to let off a round in celebration. Well, the off-duty agent decided that he was going to do what he was not necessary and was not a part of his job description. And I believe that he incited the meetup with Kevin. He went to he went to see what was going on, being a nosy other person like they always is. They always trying to mind somebody else's business but their own. And he shot and killed Mr. Porter in cold blood. And the issue here is there is no video that we know of. So he's alleging self-defense. I question any officer, agent that uses self-defense because they don't know how to de-escalate. And these particular agents, one, he should never have been an agent because he has previous abuse allegations. He should have never been an agent. His children were taken away because of abuse allegations.
Wow.
He should have never been able to possess a hand or a firearm, but this administration's negligence in disregarding in the rights of the citizens of this country is hiring these individuals that are criminals and should be the ones that are locked up. So that, unfortunately, this individual's trigger happy self took the life of an innocent Black man that from the stories that everyone is saying about him, he was one of the most amazing spirits and souls, and he was one of God's angels that were put here. And unfortunately, he didn't survive the racism that this country has been embedded in for centuries.
And just now being exposed. Well, not just now being exposed, because we've always had the opportunity of being exposed to it. But there are some people that say he shouldn't have been shooting a gun because what goes up comes down. And what if that bullet had hurt another innocent person? So what do we say about that?
People add facts that do not exist. When people start saying what if, I don't give a fuck about a what if. That didn't happen. So miss me with the what ifs. Let's talk about what actually happened, because none of that happened. And I believe Mr. Porter went to an area that was safe enough for him to utilize his handgun and make sure people were not in the vicinity, that he remained safe in a safe space. So when people say what if, listen, you go over in your corner and you ask yourself them what ifs and you fight with yourself. You ain't finna come over here and meet them what ifs. No, okay.
So do we expect a fair one for the family, or do we expect more of the same, the hiding of evidence and the protecting of these ICE agents?
Well, luckily for the
Porter family,
one, he's already violated constitutional limits of what he was afforded. He's violated state laws. He's done a lot of things, because as an ICE agent, you are restricted to immigration. You cannot pull up on an individual and say, yeah, I heard a gun. That is beyond the scope of your authority, beyond the scope of your job description. You do not get to say, well, I'm an ICE agent. Well, guess what? It ain't nobody around here that ain't no U.S. citizen. So that alone, to me, is going to allow for a federal civil rights violation.
Okay.
So, but under this administration, I would put a pause on that, because they have literally dismantled the Civil Rights Division within the federal government. So,
yeah.
So on the state level, yes, I think that I'm not confident in the district attorney's office in LA, because they
okay.
All right. It's going to be the family having to hire their own investigators and getting access and putting their own
resources.
Yeah. Well, you have the ability to put a packet together based on evidence, factual information, and you can submit it to law enforcement. So you literally can put your own, not necessarily your own, like from your standpoint, but from the standpoint of what the evidence and what they're missing, you can put your own package together. You can do your own investigation, because if you feel that the law enforcement or the district attorney's office is not doing their job, well, go do it for them, and then put it back in their face and say, hey, you gonna deny this?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, as if they don't have enough going on within their family already. Now they have to do the jobs that they're not even paid to do.
yeah.
Thank you for clearing that up. I'm hoping, along with a lot of other people, that these midterm elections make a difference. But my question to you, and you would know this, why are impeachments useless?
Because the people that are voted into office are useless. So when you're voting for your state reps and your senators, you are literally giving them the power to be your voice, because you're essentially saying you're going to be my voice for my district or my municipality, and they get in there and they don't. These people are so weak. They are weak as fuck. They do it for opportunity. They're not doing it to be a public servant. They're doing it for self-service.
Yep.
And that is the reason why it's not effective, because, and then more so, you have these old ass, tired ass white Democrats that need to take their ass home because they stinking up the fucking building with their outdated methods. It's time for them to go. And that's more so because they get in there and they kiss each other ass instead of doing what they said they were going to do for the individuals that trusted them to vote for them.
Yeah, they're all friends. The Republicans, the Dems, they're all friends. Their kids go to the same private prep schools. They're all friends behind the scenes. All of this partisan stuff, it's a game. Because at the end of the day, they're on the same side and we're on the other. Yeah. Moving on. L.A. Reid got hit with a sexual assault lawsuit from a former employee. And this has been brewing for a while. He was fighting it vehemently. And he was standing 10 toes down, defending himself. And at the last minute, right the night before court, he decided to settle. Speak on it.
He decided to settle because he knew his ass was guilty. And here's the thing. These powerful men, they have never been tested in the public opinion court the way that they have been now back then, because we didn't have social media. So they had the ability to control the narratives. They knew the writers. They knew the heads of these publications. So money talks. And I'm pretty sure they paid out a lot of money to keep these stories from coming out, and also to blackball these women and, in certain instances, men who they use their power to commit crimes with. So it was not shocking to me, because if this case would have went to trial, we would have gotten to hear every disgusting, deplorable thing that this man did, not only to her, but anything that was relevant that she was aware of. That was dangerous for him. That was dangerous for his label. So, of course, he took his nasty ass in there and did what he should have done from the inception. But they like to do this to Black women.
Mm-hmm. Her name was Drew Dixon, by the way.
Exact. And Drew Dixon is a very intelligent woman, very, very well spoken. And L.A. Reid fucked around and found out with the wrong woman. So I don't feel sorry for him. He is just like Epstein in my book. He's just like Diddy in my book. He's just like Weinstein in my book. Russell Simmons too, because his ass was in it too. And his disgusting ass, like the way that she described the sexual assault that he did.
What was she saying? Tell us what those things were.
Well, she spoke about, there was an occasion, like she had already talked about how she was uncomfortable around Russell because he would make very very inappropriate comments as an employer-employee relationship. And she always made sure she was around other individuals when she was in the presence of him, because she never wanted to be alone with him for long periods of time. And on this one occasion, he told her that she needed to go look for a cassette or a CD. And she was like, cool, like, I ain't gonna be around him. She going to look for it. He knew it wasn't what he told her to do was not there. And she said all of a sudden he comes in, no clothes, with the condom on, and he's basically grabs her saying, don't resist, as he is assaulting her. So these type of men need their penises cut off. When after you decide that you're going to rape someone, you do not deserve to have the penis that you used to rape and take the innocence of an individual that did not consent to your assault.
That's a heavy statement, but I get it, because they would make you give up your guns.
Exactly. You don't need you shouldn't have the nuts, the ball, anything. Because when you go to that extreme with these type of animals,
yes,
they're going to think like, oh, I ain't gonna never get to do my little thing.
Right.
You shouldn't be thinking about raping anyone. You shouldn't be thinking about taking advantage of anyone. You shouldn't be thinking about using your power to inflict emotional or trauma on another human being. And so many free ass out here that you can pay for, but no, you thought because of that power and that position, and whoever had put something in your head to make you believe that you are superior enough that you can take from somebody. Yeah. No, the block spent. The block.
Yeah. And that is mental, because someone probably did it to them. But do you think that because of the wake and the opening and the exposing of Diddy and Cassie and all that cases like this now, where they would be, I don't know, LA was always a stand-up kind of guy, that now they're like, probably did happen, go to jail or settle?
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing about these powerful men that they will never accept about the times that we are in today is your money no longer can buy you out of the responsibility that you need to own and the accountability that you need to take. And no one is buying your bullshit. You no longer have the leverage that you thought you had, because times have fucking changed. Times have changed. So they are not subscribing to the new way of doing. They're still stuck in the old way. And the old way, when you get in front of your lawyers and your lawyers basically tell you, you need to settle, they get in their they get in their way of their lawyers, and they tell their lawyers what the fuck they gonna do, because they're paying them, like we saw with Diddy.
Yep.
And they decide that, oh no, we're gonna play hardball, and your attorney can tell you all the time, this is not a good look. You need to settle behind the scenes to keep this from coming out. And LA Reid was not down for that, because he didn't think that this Black woman was going to really, and not only did he think this Black woman was going to continue to hold him accountable, he didn't think the Black lawyer was equipped to take him down. That's why they go to these white law firms that are full of shit and cannot hold a candle light to a Black attorney. And that Black woman took his ass down and made him come to trial with John Legend on their witness list, and was going to testify against him before the jury they would start jury selection. He decided that, oh, now it's time to settle. Well, the damage is already done. Thank you. Right. Now you have to pay us even more.
Wow. John Legend was going to speak up against it?
So I don't know exactly what he was going to testify to, but he was on her witness list. Her lawyers were calling him to testify, and he has been subpoenaed, and he was going to be there.
Wow. See, this is the inside shit that they don't talk about. So,
Yeah.
do we know how much that settlement was for? And
So allegedly, it was worth more than Cassie's settlement. We don't know the specifics because it's confidential, but the speculation is around it being more than what Cassie received, which I'm gonna take, since you want to put me through this.
yeah.
And you want to lie on my name and you want to put in these statements that this ain't true, pay the price that was originally is not the price that's right now.
Yesterday's price, right?
Hmm.
I think sometimes it comes down to a woman saying, "All right, I know I probably am not going to be able to rebound my career, and I'll just take the L." But then the LA Reids and the Diddy's play in our fucking face. They never know when to stop. Cassie was good until Diddy got on that, I think it was an award show, and played in her face.
Mm-hmm.
And that is that whole I'm powerful, I'm the king of the world type shit, where I got away, but I still want to double back, which is why I give Russell credit for not being a complete narc, right? Not a complete narc, because he got the hell out far, far away and was quiet about it. He ain't have no send-off party. He ain't send no pictures. He ain't do no post. He waited until he got his citizenship, and then he started stretching. So
the statute of limitation, they coming for him.
Yeah, they are. But he was smart, and he didn't let the ego get in the way. Like he's, and that's an interesting dynamic with him and the kids and Kimora and all the husbands and the baby fat money that she supposedly stole from him. When do we have to say the word allegedly, and when can we let it go?
You allegedly, if it's no facts out, because this is the example I give. If it's not in a police report, if it's not in a court filing, if you don't have them saying it out of their own mouth, if you don't have facts that's back documented, audio recordings, then it's always allegedly.
So if I have one of my kids' teachers on the phone admitting that she made him play a field slave in front of the class after he begged her in front of the class to not make him do it, and she's on the phone on my recording admitting to it and crying to me, apologizing, must I still say allegedly?
That's an admission. You just play the audio, put it out in the public, and say what she told me. Because where people think defamation is an automatic, defamation is you're saying somebody defamed you. Well, the defense to defamation is the truth. You play that audio, she can't refute that that's her voice. So that's the reason why a lot of people think that they have a defamation claim and they don't, when the facts are the facts. And if it came out of your own mouth, if it's in a text message, if it's in an email, it's not allegedly. This is what I'm saying. This is what this person said to me. I'm saying what they said.
Yeah. Yeah. And so the only thing I would have to, or one would have to be concerned with is where they're saying it. So if I was still working for that station or for any station, they may not feel like going through the rigmarole, explaining and pulling up recordings and all of that. And they might just say, you're done, pack it up, right? So I'm better off having my own platform here. Can YouTube do something, or do I just play the recording for YouTube?
No. So here's the thing. Anybody can report on something that you posted. Anybody can say they don't like it. And it's up to the platform to do their due diligence to understand what is credible. If you are positioning it, saying that this person on this day with their name said X, Y, and Z, and I'm going to play you the audio from what this person said, then it's fair game. What comes into question is you got to think about the jurisdiction. Is this a location where it's a one-party consent state, which states that only one party has to consent to the recording, which is typically the person that is recording, or if it's in a state that requires that you have to have consent, like in California, from both parties, unless the exception is that this person, if a crime is afoot, or if it's something such as this with an individual who is basically admitting to a hate speech, then that is an exception.
It was at the Lawrenceville school. And and I've been quiet because I didn't want to say it on the radio and then the radio station override the actual case, because they're like, oh, we don't want to get involved, and now their lawyers are calling us and blah, 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 blah. But I'm tired of waiting. Like, I'm tired of waiting. And I need people to know before they go and rush to sign their kids up to these fancy schmancy prep schools that ain't got shit for us.
Yeah.
And I want to warn them and let them know, if you still go ahead, because I know the deadline is probably approaching, or the announcements of who got in is coming. I want them to know what you're stepping into. So that's why I just wanted to be clear that I have the teacher on the phone recorded, admitting and crying and saying it was an experiment. I don't know why white folks always think it's okay to experiment with black folks. I said, you do realize if this were a Jew, you'd be under the building, right?
Is it a private? Right? Is it a private?
It is the #1 private prep school in all of New Jersey, and like top 10 in the world.
Yeah, so they really don't have a landscape like public education that would automatically suspend a teacher for an act to investigate.
Oh, she left. She left. She left right. They knew. They're smart. They knew.
You can report her certificate if she's certified to teach within that state. That's a reportable offense.
Okay. She tried to blame it on the board, the history committee, and how they came up with this idea, this project, and we all, were in agreement, and we didn't realize how this might have impacted. We thought we were doing something good.
No, I would definitely report her, put in a complaint with the whoever houses their teacher certifications.
Okay.
That is a reportable offense on her license or on her certification.
Okay.
What they probably would do will put her in some continuing education classes that is going to require that she goes and do bias training, sensitivity, things like that. Possibly. I mean, it could rise to a bigger, more of an issue. However, within the times that we're in, if we're looking for them to be held to a higher standard right now, but still do your due diligence to report, because if a lawsuit is afoot, then you want to make sure you have crossed every T and dotted every I.
Oh, we're already at the table. Like, they know. They heard that. They know that I have the recording. If I hadn't had the recording, they would have downplayed it probably, or said it didn't happen. So that's why I'm like, I just didn't know if I should talk about it, but as a parent that's always been advocating for that type of education, now I got to keep that same energy, and let people know what the cost is of that education, spiritually and emotionally, for our kids, especially our brown boys. Yeah,
absolutely.
Wow. Well, this was very informative. Do you see the chat? We are happy to have you. Is there anything you want to talk about that we don't know that's going on?
I mean, what's not going on? Ugh. Everything is going on. It's just an influx. I think more so than ever, I think it's right now, having platforms like this, having independent journalism is necessary, because what we're seeing in Minnesota, where normally we'll have boots on the ground with all these journalists and everybody is documenting, we get to see it from the standpoint of the actual residents there, because they are not putting them there because they have bought up all of these networks to silence, so that we don't get to see the severity and the damage that they're causing.
Yeah.
So more so than anything, I just want people to support Black media. Black media is right now is very pivotal to getting and pushing real stories, not the made up stories. So having platforms like your platform and having every other Black platform that is reporting from the lens of the people, because the people have been taken out of it.
Yes.
It's no longer about the people. It's about a piece of shit of a human being. So we have to continue to tune in, to grow Black media, and make sure at the end of this, Black media now has a stapler to where we don't need these corporations, because the people are coming to us. So y'all gonna have to come to us. We don't need y'all anymore.
Exactly. And New York just had a big shakeup in morning radio, and all the strong Black, aware, woke voices were just overnight packed up. But I said, we don't need you anymore. I was doing you a favor. So now I'm here. You're here. Tell everybody where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is at Lawyer Bay ESQ. My YouTube channel is the Public Opinion Court. My TikTok is the Public Opinion Court, and my fan base is at Lawyer Bay ESQ.
Well, thank you, Lou. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. This was fun. Thanks for the invite.
No, always. Talk to you soon.
All right, y'all have a good one. Bye, chat.
That was very, very informative. I could have continued that for another hour. Thank you, Trinero. Yeah, it's a new day. And we learn from them. We know what it is. Does she think Donnie McClure can feel down on that young man that's suing him? I mean, we could ask her next time. Right. Yadra Mama. Yadra Mama. You are absolutely right. We must stop enrolling our children in these unsafe spaces simply because they rank well or they rank top and we feel we deserve. And we know that our kids sometimes are better and bigger than their zip code, right? We live where we live. We're not thinking when we move there of the school, the education system, not necessarily. But we always think, my kid is as smart as this kid. My kid is as athletic as those kids. But we're not paying attention. And when I tell you my regret about sending my kid to the Lawrenceville school is when he said to me, he used to be very optimistic. He used to be, everyone's fair. Oh, you're a racist, mom. All those things. And these things happened to him. And something happened to his best friend, or not his best friend, but his running mate. They were running for the school, whatever it is, the government. And his running mate committed suicide in his dorm on the campus. Now, this situation happened prior to. And you know me, I went up there, I turned it out, knocked over the tables, kicked in doors, all the things. But when the child killed himself, that took our situation, made it small, and it went away. And rightfully so, because thank God Jalen was still alive. This child was not. This child was the child of a psychologist, a child psychologist, the mom. So our stuff went away, back burner, right? But the trauma within him, dealing with his stuff, now this stuff, and all the things he said that he saw and experienced. And when I discovered how real it was when we did the college tours. And he was asking questions that the average high school senior wouldn't give a fuck about. He would literally beeline for an administrator and ask about the wealth disparity, how many complaints they had gotten as a result of wealth disparity, and what was the wealth disparity at the school. And all these administrators would look at him and say, that's a great question, but wonder where it was coming from. And then when he would tell them what school he came from, they'd be like, Jalen's thinking was, when you have a school that's fairly small, which is often these liberal arts colleges, whatever, these private schools definitely, and very wealthy, majority wealthy, when the wealthy kids fall out, when you fall out of favor with them, the whole school turns against you. They all ignore you. They won't let you sit with them. They don't have 2 words for you. Even maybe your roommates. Maybe not your roommates, but your floor mates. He didn't want that again. He didn't want that again. So he had an experience that I couldn't even relate to. So I didn't understand what was going on. I'm looking at these schools. I'm like, you don't love this school? They're giving you a free ride. You don't want this school? Come on, Jalen, it's great. He saw what it was. And he said, the problem with Lawrenceville is that because the kids come from such wealthy homes, like wealth beyond wealth, like when COVID happened, these kids offered to fly Jalen to their islands so that he could just chill and be outside, right? The teachers turn the other cheek. The teachers that live on the campus, right? Because the teachers have to live on campus, and they're supposed to take care of the students. Off hours and on hours in the classrooms, they turn the other cheek because they don't want to lose their jobs for being the one to raise awareness of what's going on these campuses. So he said nobody protected. Nobody stood up for what was going on. Nobody validated my claims, and they saw it. Sometimes the kids would threaten them. Do you know who my parents are? Do you know what I mean? So I learned a lot, and I'm still apologizing to him. I'm still fucking apologizing to him for that. I'm still apologizing to my own son for that. And I keep trying to tell him, you think, he's like, Che got to stay home. It wasn't a getting to stay home. I thought I was allowing you to grow where you deserve to grow, as opposed to making you stay home and go to our little local, schmokel where the kids are doing drugs and hanging out, and it would have been easy for him to not excel. But I never expected all of that shit. I never thought of that. These are the things you don't hear about. And then you're afraid to talk about it because you know that the people you work for, they're not about it. They don't give a fuck about none of us. But they certainly don't want you having that conversation on their airwaves, because then you're going to bring the heat to their door. And I get it. That's why now I'm here with my own fucking door. When you control the platform, you can control the conversation. So here we are. And I didn't even mean for it to go here today, but obviously it was meant. Hopefully that resonates with somebody. You're not alone. Always tape. That's why we always tape, police and teachers. Yeah, she was really good. I'm just reading the comments. And I'm so mad that my son, and as much as I was up there, it wasn't like he was at a boarding school that was hours away. I was up there every day. Even days I was supposed to be up there, I was hiding in the bushes. I really was, or making up an excuse to be there. Like, oh, you forgot your this, and oh, it's about to snow. Here's your snow boots. That don't even fit him no more. Just so I could be up there, and still I'm not knowing what's going on at nighttime. When they're supposed to be protecting our kids. And then there was a teacher that got busted for going in the boys' freshman year, going in the boys' dorms and messing with the boys. And that was something else they wanted to keep quiet. Clip that, because I'm going to send that over to our attorney and let them know. I'm going to keep on telling, because there's more situations that happen also, but I know shit happens everywhere, all the schools. Just be mindful and know the questions to ask. And befriend a mom that's been there. because you'll think you're asking all the right shit and you won't know what you should be asking. I didn't even know. Jalen probably would have never told me. You know how I found this out? That the teacher made him portray a field slave in front of his social studies class? We lived close, and the kids always wanted to come home with Jalen for the weekend because, whatever. On our way home, me picking them up, one of them starts talking about it. But they're not talking about that. Jalen's telling how the teacher, the same teacher, told him he was raising his hand and participating too much. At Lawrenceville, they have something called the Harkness. It's a round table. You sit at a round table as your classroom, and that is how you learn. It's not looking at a teacher at the front of the board and all that. She told him he was participating too much. And then when it came time for him to get his grade, she gave him a lower grade, took points away based on he wasn't participating enough. So now you want to play in his mama's face. He wasn't saying nothing about the field slave shit. He was mad about that. So when he started talking about that and how, this bitch, I think it was Miss Schulte this, she's this and that now. So then the kid goes, wow, all of that, and you played a field slave in front of class. I said, played a what? What now? So the two boys started telling me, and I was like, Jalen, is that true? He was like, yeah. Why you didn't say nothing? Because, I didn't want, whatever. It's no big deal. What? So the two boys, they're like, we're still traumatized. The little white boys, they're traumatized. Jalen played the field slave, but they're traumatized. So they're telling me more and more and more. And then finally I get Jalen to tell me from beginning to end what happened. And then I did what I did. And I'm glad that I did what I did because, again, they might try to lie or downplay it. Because in my opinion, that little boy that committed suicide the next month didn't have to. But again, when the teachers won't speak up and they see the bullying and they see it happening over and over, but they don't want to lose their job because these little rich kids, their parents probably own the school or they don't want to say anything. And your kid is there unattended because they turn the other way. Be careful, these fucking boarding schools that keep your kid overnight. And talk to the Black parents because the Black kids see it all. They do shit in front of us thinking that our kids ain't paying attention. They do shit in front of our kids thinking they're not paying attention. They just happy to be here. And they catch it all. And if you are a parent of a Black kid in a boarding or a prep school, talk to their friends. Especially their little white friends, because they will tell you the truth and they will have another spin on it. Now it's time to start visiting campuses with Shay. I have a whole different set of questions and a whole different set of things for him to do. We don't go to open houses. Never did. Let's pretend. That's you got to make everything look perfect, the land of make believe. Nah, nigga, we popping up. We're popping up, and we're gonna go over to that Indian boy and ask him what's the worst thing that's happened to him since he's been at this school. And then we're gonna go to a little Spanish girl and ask her how many friends does she have? Are they Black, Puerto Rican? How do they treat you in your dorm? That's what we do. If you really want to, go that route. And you just got to have your kid in a prep school. And you just got to have your kid in that environment. And your kid deserves it because they worked hard and they're smarter than most of the rich, wealthy, druggy kids that are there by default. And they deserve it. Think about it. Do they deserve to be traumatized? Do they deserve to always have to fight and prove? Do they deserve the other kids telling them that you're only here because you could dribble? Do they deserve your kids' gifts? Does that school deserve your kids' gifts? Because they take those winnings and those championships and they double down. They take it to the alumni. They use those championship victories that your kid had a hand in to get more money from the alumni. That's what they do. Let me show you something. They make it so hard. They make it so hard for your kid to get the right grades, for your kids to get the same grades as them. There was a kid that for whatever reason, he just wasn't, I don't know, maybe he just wasn't smart, wasn't applying himself, whatever. And his parents were able to get him out of foreign language when you're supposed to have 3 years. His parents were able to get him out of it, and they put him in pottery. I knew this. So when I brought it to the powers that be, they tried to deny it. And ultimately, we wound up figuring it out. It was a little late, but we figured it out. But these unbalanced, unfair metrics, right? They eat away at our kids and our their self-esteem, because when they left their middle schools and even their high schools, most of them were rock stars. And now you're in this school and like you're amongst a bunch of smart rock stars. But when you're amongst kids that ain't fucking rock stars, but have the Rockefeller last name or have the Murdoch last name, and you still can't get a fair shake, and they may or may not be doing their work, but they're still winning, it wears on you. So when graduation came, they had the award ceremony, and most of the kids did not get awards. Even if you were on honor roll, even if you were doing what you were supposed to be doing and had a 4.5, most of the kids, you had to be really, really excelling. I kind of figured my kid wasn't getting, so I didn't even mark it on my calendar. I was in the area. Jayla was like, don't waste your time. Go have a cocktail, whatever. So I come at what I think is at the tail end of the award ceremony, because I still want to see my kid. I'm still in the area. And I hear the service going on, and I hear these next few kids excelled and were the most varsity lettered students. And I hear Jalen Lespinas, and I'm like, what? And I fucking ran through that dirt. He was shocked. He got this. The L, right? How funny. This is like, he would find out later on at graduation from one of the alumni whose roommate got this when they went to school back in like the 50s or 60s. That this is one of the most rarest honors that you can get, because very few people can manage to keep up with the Lawrenceville academic rigor and still go above and beyond. And I think Jalen had 14 varsity letters, and COVID happened and he still had 14. So there's very few that get this. And I said, that was God trying to balance out all the trauma that my son experienced at their hands. I'll be confiscating that. That's my blanket. But to the point, be mindful of the environments that claim to be the number one this and the top that and the boo boo ba ba and the, because it ain't always what it looks like on fucking paper. Hi, Nandy. I didn't know that was you. Hey, boo, hey. Guys, hit the like button, please. Woo. Yeah, no, I was paying part tuition. Not a lot. I won't even lie. But again, obviously, my kid was doing all the sports, year-round sports. He didn't even have as much free time to keep his academics going, but he managed. So I'm like, at least you walked away with this. And that lawsuit is percolating. I'm not giving up. I had to put him through therapy. Like, it was a mess. He's still in therapy behind the Lawrenceville school. Clip that. Yep. Oh boy. So I'm gonna be looking at different shit for Che. And this is why, and so I understood, no one understood why Jalen turned, thank you, Nick Music. Why Jalen was mad about that grade. Jalen didn't give a fuck about the field slave. He was like, I wanted to be the slave owner. She looked right past me. I'm like, why would you even want to? He's like, well, I had to participate, and those were the two options. And I'm like, if you're the only black kid in the class, why would your dumb ass pick him to be the field slave? Dummy. No, that's just the entitlement. She probably had been doing it. And she knew that her time was coming. So she probably started working on a new job at that very moment. Because again, after that, the kid killed himself on campus. And that was a whole nother blowout. Lawrenceville was not the place to be in 2022. Yeah. No. Yeah. Money rules the school. Yep. Money rules the school. You saw all those parents that paid for their kids to have the SATs taken by other people. You saw that. So what I'm saying cannot be foreign to you. I'm just someone that y'all actually know, talk to or hear from, that can see, that can tell you I was in the system. I was in that ecosystem. I was in that bitch. My story and the story of my kids is real. Thank you, Jodeci. He's strong, like I said. That nigga didn't care about that. He was more concerned with how's she gonna tell me I can't participate and ignore my hand and then take points off of me for not participating? I brought all that up. On that conversation, I brought it all up. And then I said, you had one. Do you realize you had one? He didn't tell me about you making him play a field slave. He told me you told him stop participating, and then you flipped the script and took points off of him for not participating. She was like, what? Yes, bitch. Yes, you had one. I said, the white boys were terrorized. That's who told me. And I didn't think that our public schools were horrors. I just knew that he was better and he deserved an opportunity. Because our kids don't get, and to this day, I try to tell him, you still had an experience, a once-in-a-lifetime experience that some of us will never have. He is still best friends with the Murdoch family, right? The Murdoch heir sends him beats to rap on. He is still friends with, what's her name? Claudia, Kellyanne Conway's daughter. Still friends with her. He has fine friends that come from real blue blood, but that are decent and always were strong and stood up for him. So he's got good people and good relation to people and good stable people that are still his friends. Try narrow, yep, this part. That's why there is Black conversation that should be very private. We have to be creating a healing city that we all respect. Yep. And nobody knows, because these are, good morning, Denise. These are conversations that we're afraid to have when our kid is in the system. I was one of them. I didn't move forward with the lawsuit until he got in college. And that's why when I understood completely why he chose how he chose. Jalen didn't give a motherfucker about a Princeton. He didn't give a motherfucker about it. He didn't want no more small, high-pressure cooker schools. He didn't want none of that. Jalen went to school when he was at Lawrenceville School 6 days a week. 6 days a week. And on that Saturday, school's over at 12, he'd go back to his dorm, pack up his football bag, pack up his wrestling bag, pack up his shot put and discus bag, and go and excel there. Sunday, when he should have had a day of rest, as per the Lord, he's trying to catch up. And still trying to be a kid and be social. He'll never get that back. And so I don't know if I'll ever forgive myself for that, but I tell him, at least your story, your kids will learn from. He goes, I will never send my kids to a boarding school, ever. Clip that. Yep. Thank you, Rhonda. Yeah. And now, I waited until he got out because I said, I don't want them retaliating against his college. But that's why he chose to go so far away from the bullshit and in such a big school. One of the teachers said, because during back to school, now parent-teacher conference, I would ask all the teachers, what size school do you think Jalen needs to go to and where? And, the teachers have been with my kid now more one-on-one than I have for the last 3 or 4 years at that point. So I'm asking them, who does Jalen show up as when he's in your class? Who does he show up as when he's in the halls? Does he need a big setting? Does he need a smaller environment? What does he need? And they all said, he don't need big. Jalen's trying to hide. And they made it seem like it was for a bad reason, like he wanted to fool around. Jalen said, I'm tired of the white people. Every time they see me somewhere, they're always asking, what are you doing? Or what do you have going on? Like, they're always on me. He's like, and they're not on my roommates like that. So he felt that. And he also felt like he's tired of the wealth disparity. Being at those freaking schools that the majority is wealthy and a regular kid never gets a fair shake. Because we know how psychology is. No one wants to be the kid eating by themselves, so they all go along to get along, right? So he chose Arizona State because he's like, there's always going to be a friend group. There's always going to be somebody I can eat lunch with or hang out with. It ain't majority wealthy and the weather's good. He said, and the girls are pretty hot. I didn't need to hear that part, but go off. So, yeah, parenting can't ever prepare. But when you try to go in these foreign spaces and these foreign prep schools and shit like that, have a conversation with the Black parents that are there. And when I say the Black parents, not just the ones with the black skin sitting with the white folk. You can tell who's what I told him, when you get there, find out who's Jack and Jill. So I wore my Jack and Jill stuff because I knew that was like a clarion call. And I would find the like-minded parents like myself that I could get the real with because we are bound by our Jack and Jill-ness to share and share alike. So little things like that. If you were in a sorority or a frat, wear your para when you go to these schools. Somebody on the staff or some student that's there on the campus will see you wearing your A5A, sir, and they'll come over to your kid and say, my dad's an alpha. Or if you're a mom, you have that delta. My mom's a delta. Oh, she is? Let me talk to you for a minute, young man. Let me talk to you for a minute, young girl. And that's how you make the connection and you find out the information that the fuck you need for you and yours. Shit. I'd like to go as far to say, even if you ain't in an organization, go and buy some motherfucking para. And for that day, wear that shit so you can get the information that you need. I've done worse for less. Kel's is nuts. Good morning. Clip that. And when you talk to your children, you gotta talk to their friends. You got to talk to their friends and you got to act like you're not trying to ask questions. And you can't ask open-ended questions to their friends. The friends be wanting to talk. The friends be wanting to talk. Just giving y'all some, I don't even know how we got off on this topic, y'all. Wait, who's that? My daughter went to Princeton and didn't have a good experience and barely made it out of there. Yeah, Nikita. And I know that she was fully capable, but there are so many distractions and everyone's so competitive. There's not a safe place for your kid to say, I just need a breather. No, because it's a fucking pressure cooker at Princeton. All those schools. You said go to the back in the kitchen, ask the old black cook. No, I did ask the black staff in the cafeteria. I sure did. When they broke us for lunch and said go, on the little assembly line with the tray, I sure did pull the lunch lady to the side. I sure did. One time, a student or a couple, I don't know who did it. They stole Jalen's book bag right before either Thanksgiving or Christmas break. Stole his book bag that had his Chromebook, all his shit, his assignments, everything. And it was one of the black cooks that said, I seen a book bag sitting outside of such and such hall. And I didn't know whose it was, what it was, but I brought it inside. I was trying to do find my, locate my, and it kept bringing me to the area. But because there was no dorm there, I was like, it can't be in a kid's room. the black lunch staff that see everything, see but don't see. That's how I found that shit. Come to find out, the kids were mad at Jalen because he beat them in the holiday grab bag. Do I have it? Let me show you. This is so stupid. This is so dumb. You hid my son's book bag and had his mother have to come up to the school, kicking in doors, waving 4-4s, because you mad that you didn't win this shit. Dumb motherfucker. So this is how petty they are. Could have bought 100 of these bitches because your parents own half the East Coast. But because my son wanted it and you wanted it, he was supposed to give it to you. And when he did not, you chose to hide his book bag. Over this. Over this. An ornament. You know that holiday thing where you pick something, but if the person behind you wants what you picked, then they get to have it? They have been going back and forth about it. When Jalen walked into the thing, he said, that's mine. I want that. Oh, my God. The boy didn't even want it. He just wanted it because he didn't want Jalen to have it. So when somebody got it, Jalen was like, nah, run that. And that's how mad the little entitled fuck got. Yep, the privilege of it all. And that is why every year, if I don't do nothing else, this, my Syracuse ornament, and my Bergen Catholic ornament go on the tree because we all worked for our degrees and our diplomas. And in some cases, for our ornaments. The fuck? Spending all this money. They spend all that money on bullshit. Ordering DoorDash and spending their parents' money. And you gonna fight my son take his shit for an ornament? Because he won. Again, that's mental. I'm used to winning. I'm used to getting. That's all that was. But you ain't win that day, bitch. And I got the book bag back. I wonder, did we ever find out? I'm launching an investigation. You know what it was. It was that the black man that the black man wanted. So I don't care if you white. I don't care if you black. But if you come with that whack ass entitlement spirit, get the fuck out. Always. Always. So, child, all that glitters ain't gold. Brace yourself when these announcements come out of who got accepted where, and just remember my story. And as the parent, consider yourself, there's a reason why if your kid don't get into their number one or their number two, they're going to melt down. They'll be all right. Tell them my story. Tell them come see about me. Because I'm still apologizing. Meanwhile, Jalen's over here 75-degree weather right now, chilling without a care in the world. He is fine. And come back and be like, why y'all so uptight and hype? Yeah, Diane, I'm mad now too, again. Yeah, that Trump mentality runs rampant up and down and through that school. But again, when you're in it, you can't say anything because your kid stays there overnight and you don't want the retaliation. Because the retaliation at those prep and boarding schools is fucking real. It was him and another light-skinned man. Did they go to the Taft school? Yeah, my brother became whitewashed and haven't seen. Yep, that's what it is. Because that's the environment that they become comfortable in. What the hell?
Oops.
What the Zelly? Oh, can you guys get me lunch today? You guys cash at me like $5 each. That'd be a nice lunch. So I worked hard today. You got a good show thus far. Yesterday, oh my God, I apologize. The typing, my sister called. She goes, you had a typo on your title yesterday. You were trying to spell provocative and the R wasn't there. And I'm like, it's fine. No, it's not. It's not fine. I said, Audrey, it's fine. She's like, it's not. Go fix it. I said, Audrey, I'm tired. And I don't need you getting me all riled up. It's the end of the day. I'm tired. I've been up since 4 a.m. thanks to Kim. No, I didn't say that, Kim. I'm joking. But I have been up since 5 a.m. thanks to Kim. But so the typo yesterday, please forgive me. I be typing fast and I be wanting to get all the platforms, and Facebook requires me to do an extra step of typing. So just know that I am deserving of a $5 Cash App for lunch today. She's been working hard. Giddy, don't we work hard? We be working hard. We be thinking of the things to make it easier. That's why I put the comments. I learned how to put the comments on the screen. Y'all see that? Shout out to Scarlet Reserve Room. Lawyer Bay today was brought to you by the Scarlet Reserve Room. From legacy to legal. They're located in Englishtown, New Jersey. They're a dispensary that delivers. Scarlet Reserve Room. See the logo. Tell them Jonesy sent you. Clip that. Nandy, that's Giddy, DJ Giddy. He's my tech support. He's a friend to the room. He DJ'd MC Search's event, his private event. Remember that, Giddy? Mm-hmm. Lawyer Bay, right? I love that the youngins are getting it. She's a lawyer. She's like Jasmine Crockett. I like that young energy. That ain't trying to fit in with the whitewashing of it all. And then there's not necessarily a lot of us in those spaces when they go to law school or medical school. So sometimes they have to code switch. And then if you don't turn it off, you wind up being sought after by the other people. And then you wind up marrying them, living with them, around them. But just know it's always going to be one of them that's wondering why the fuck you there. Why do you get to be there? Why do you get to live next door to them? Meanwhile, they don't realize they don't really deserve to be next door to you. No, that's Giddy. Giddy does the tech. Nandy, don't come in here starting your shit. Giddy be up early helping me with the show. He's at his house with his fiance. He just dropped his son at the bus. Thank you, Trinero. Yeah, and what's $5, Yandy? All the damn information in the show you got today is worth so much more. I just don't be trying to bang y'all in the head every day for $5, but I'm going to send that collection plate around for show on Thursday. Thank you, Karma. Thank you. If you can't afford to drop a Cash App $5, then your ass need to be at work and not on here with Jonesy. I'm going to just put it to you like that. Giddy is a tech genius. Yeah. Yeah, CM Williams. Yeah, the code switch is real. Necessary, too. Because sometimes you got to act like them in order to get behind those doors and figure shit out. Thank you, Kim. I appreciate you. Thank you, guys. Probably don't Zelly, probably Cash App, so I can figure some things out on my end. So bad. Oh, no, we back good again. All right, we good. You can Zelly. I be moving my shit around just like y'all. Please believe. Code switching is absolutely like being multilingual. And don't let me forget to tell you, next Monday, I'll be at Comedy in Harlem doing karaoke Mondays. Karaoke and I think it's, karaoke Mondays. I don't know if there's comedians. Are there? Were there? There might have been. Yes, there was. I'm filling in for Monifa because that's what we do for each other. Oh, and Yvette Michelle. Where is she? I asked her to call in today. She's got new music, or not new music, but a new version of her old music that they have taken over in the UK by storm. She's like on the precipice of being a rock star over in the UK. They've got this whole big promotional layout for her. She sent me the sheet. I'm so excited for her. So I told her call in today, but she's probably too busy. Yeah, she's got this whole big Fen featuring Yvette Michelle, Mr. DJ released timeline thing she's got going on. I'm very excited. My 90s girls finding their spaces. So Monifa's probably working. Allure, I think they're about to go to Barbados. Yeah. Lala, are you still in here? Are you guys still going on that Barbados trip? I think it's next Monday. You guys are still going on the trip, Lala? I want you to, just because I'm not fucking with her. Y'all can go. My shit ain't got nothing to do with y'all. Go get that free trip. So the Cash App is right there. MISS Jones Hot 97. I am part of the fiber, after all. I am part of the Mount Rushmore of Hot 97. But thank you. Oh, so no, the Monifa, if it's Monifa and Adina Howard tour, then it's real. Because they called me and asked me to do karaoke for her at Comedy Harlem on Monday. So, yay. Thank you, guys. Oh, somebody did a 10. Come on, $10 lunch. Thank you. It's the small things that get me excited. Child. Thank you so much. Thank you, Raymond Brown. Yes. I made an announcement. Thank you, Nikita. Thank you, Nikki. Announcement about the merch. I got it all together, but a few people didn't have they had missing information. And, but Ray Brown, you're good. You're good. I got your stuff. Oh, no. Mr. Brown, I need to know your city. You put the address, you put a P.O. box, but you didn't put the city. So can you drop it in the chat? Oh, she took the trip back? All right, it's okay. You're better off. If you're wondering what we're talking about, these people have purchased their Jonesy in the Morning merch. And you can too. And they're Pink Champs, which is relaunching in February in such a big way. Like, it's bigger than I ever imagined for Pink Champs. I'm like, it's just been sitting there. It's time to do something with it. So the ticker tape is where you pay. The t-shirts are $25, the hoodies are $30. That's the email address where you tell me who you are, what you ordered, what sizes, and then you can either Cash App or Zelly at the ticker tape information, and I'll get the stuff out to you. Thank you, guys. Then I asked for $5 for doing this work, for putting on these shows that nobody asked for, but people do benefit from. Just a little bit of lunch money, just to pay for these lights. I am Catered Tots NYC. No, don't put it here because I'm not going to remember it. You got to email it to bookingjonesy@gmail.com if you want your stuff. No, the Zelle is fine. But Brown, I need your address. I don't have an address for you to send. You gave me Main Street and then you gave me the P.O. Box. But there's a lot of Main Streets. Let me type that. Mm-mm-mm. All right. Let's move forward. Always move forward. So I saw a social media video yesterday with ICE agents in Minnesota. They said that they've been violating Black police officers. And so the head of the police department gave a press conference saying how they're not going to tolerate that, how they've been aggressively agitating them, asking for ID, like bothering them, as if they think that their little bullshit ass ICE pass is bigger than the actual police from that state. Nicole, hey, good morning. We've been talking about a lot today. The perils of boarding school, prep school, things to look out for, the questions to ask when you're visiting, because now it's college touring, high school touring time. So I just was telling them about my experience with Jalen and all the stuff. You'll have to watch back the episode later on tonight in your own time. And then we had Lawyer Bay, the Black young attorney from Texas, and she broke down the L.A. Reid sexual assault lawsuit that got settled in the 11th hour. Clip that. Oh, Lala said she didn't take the trip back. Okay. Did she reach out about it? I'll call you later. Oh, y'all just standing on loyalty business. I love loyalty, but I didn't want y'all to jeopardize the trip just because me and her fell out of love. Not real love, you know. But that's what I said. The ICE agents going in these towns, at some point, they have to sit down and eat somewhere. Why y'all not poisoning them? Or putting shit in their food to get them real sick so that they're unable to perform their duties. That seems obvious. Is that Nikki Harris? Right. They don't have any qualifying training. Right. Proud Boys, KKK with authority now. Yep. That's why we got to lay low. We got to lay low. And I know that lots of people bust guns on New Year's Eve up in the air, lick shots in the air. But I still know that they will use that. That is the excuse given. And I don't know that I would particularly feel comfortable being around someone. I don't know if he was in a desert. I don't know if he was by himself. Usually you're not by yourself. If he's by himself, who knew what he was doing? That bullet goes up and it got to come down somewhere. Now, I'm not saying he deserved to die. But like when times are like they are, you better lay low. Thank you, Ray. You got to read the room. You laughing at that Bobby and Whitney. You better lay low. It's different, dangerous times. And they're not even remorseful. After they kill you, they're not even remorseful. They're talking about fucking bitch. On the camera. So you either got to Black Panther it and get their ass back and let it just be an all-out war, or you better lay low. Oh, you know what we didn't do today, Tracy? Birthdays. And Mr. Grayson gave me a story this morning I didn't get to. Hold on. Let me do birthdays. At 5 a.m, Mr. Grayson sent to me. It's a recording of Albie Shore on Good Day New York. Did you guys see that? Saying that he believes that Diddy had something to do with his organ failure and how he almost died. I mean, you don't think the Hennessy had anything to do with it? We're not gonna say nothing about the Patron. We're not gonna say nothing about that green liquor. We're gonna blame everything on Diddy. I mean, I can't go no further. Move, shoulder. Get out the frame. Ah. I mean, right. The kidney says otherwise. Right. Bam. Boom. There it is. No. I ain't got it. You get it when I get it. Oh my God. They won't stop. There's this cleaning company out of Philadelphia. Why did I make the mistake of calling them? I call and then how you leave it? I call and then I changed my mind because I said, I don't want randoms from Philly up in my space. Nope. No shade to the Phillies that I love that do the right thing. Bruh, you've got to stop calling. Like this is the third time today. It's like just turning 9:30. I'm trying to work. You got to stop.
For calling you back. Please let me know what would be the best time to call you.
Like, if you got to go after business like that, I don't want your services. That means ain't nobody else fucking with you. Now I'm all frazzle dazzle. Hold on. I got to gather myself. The fuck? They are mad aggressive. Albie Shore is not been no damn Lunell. You see how he kissing her on her nose? Never on those. The nose. Not those. The nose always knows. No, that's a cleaning company. It's a cleaning company. First they tried from the 215. Now they calling from the 609. Nigga, I live down in South Jersey. I know what it is. And I'm not down there no more, so it can't be no bill collector. I'm not doing no business down in the 215 or the 609 or the 610 or the 267 no more. She called back 3 times and then she said something, sorry, I had missed your call. It was something grammatic. It was so bad. I was like, yeah, you definitely ain't coming to my house. Nope. That's God sending me a message. Nope. You ain't coming up in here. You might get got, but bitch, I'm not walking you in. The fuck? Lala, right? Albie Shore is not, he goes with Rachel Nordlinger from the National Action Network that used to work for Bill de Blasio's wife, Rachel, formerly of the Terry Williams Agency back in the 90s, who stood by his side while he was in the hospital. If he left that for all of that, then maybe them organs need to fail. No, don't be saying stuff like that. What is wrong with you? I'm just saying shit. Don't be don't be leaving after that. And then talking about Diddy. No, dummy, you. Oh, you said you accidentally sent $109. Hold on, let me send it back. Because ain't nobody got time for that. Hold on. To the Cash App? Look, here I go with my bullshit. I don't see it. Is it in the Cash App? Oh my God. All right, let me send it back. I'm refunding you. Refund. Ooh. I just refunded you. Thank you. That's what you get. Because you was talking all that talk in the chat. That's what you get. Mind your business. Pay attention. Shoot. Stop, Kathleen. Nope. That kiss was on the nose, not those. Just because he's kissing her don't mean that's love. No, Giddy, I found it. I caught it. His other son is on them drugs bad too. Did he do that as well? Damn it. I don't even know what that is. I'm not touching that. LP. Who said this is Jones you live for? No. Do you see how everybody wants to say their conversation to me and I'm supposed to respond to everybody and refund people money in all of the live long day? I cannot. Cash App is MISS Jones Hot 97, but I'm going to get that out. Thank you, Nandy. No, I appreciate it. I sent it back to you. Kim Porter did die too young, not just young, too young. Now, do I think he had a hand in that? Absolutely. Lunell ain't that old, not old enough to be his grandmother. Yeah, but she's looking like a grandmother Sharpay. I saw the pictures. I'll be sure is with Rachel until the both of them stand before me and say otherwise. That's an executive order. So say it is. So say it's done. Make it so. She may not be that old, but is giving great grandmother. She acts old and she looks elderly. She acts old. She do not look young. It's giving Esmeralda. Sorry. Thank you, Diane. I appreciate you. Don't forget, Monday night, I'll be at Comedy in Harlem. Monifa's on tour with Freak in the Morning, Freak in the Adina. So I'll be filling in for Monifa Monday. So please pull up to Comedy in Harlem Monday night, please. My fill-in can't look like a fall off. Yes, I said it. My fill-in cannot look like a motherfucking fall off. So I'm going to need you to come calling all. Comedy in Harlem, Monday at 7. Right. She gives Granny. She's giving Granny. She's giving all the grandmothers from old school black and white TV. All of them. She's giving Myrna, Myra from the Martin show. She's giving Martin's grandmother, the little short one with the shaved off head on the Martin show. She's giving all of that. I'm not taking that back. And when she came on my show, she was a little aggressive. She was like, "You don't know nothing about me." I do not, ma'am. I know a lot about Monique. I know a lot about some more. I just was never a Lunell fan. No shade to those of you that are. But you, yes, Miss Jerry. It was given. Thank you, Nicole, for knowing the name. Lunell gives Miss Jerry from the Martin show. Yup. 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 I don't care. Oh my God, this is YouTube. Don't clip that. Don't clip that. I don't want them Lunell problems. Well, stop cheating with I'll be sure. Because Rachel is my sister. Really? You wasn't just being bitchy? Really? That was in the name of protecting your sister? Okay. Okay. And her YouTube videos without makeup, she looks even older. Right. All I'm saying is if you went from Rachel to that, that definitely is giving love language. That's giving love language. But that I didn't get the energy from that picture. And we spending too much time talking about it because it ain't nothing. The energy from that picture is not giving. This is who stood by me when my organs was shutting down. It wasn't giving that. LaShawn, yup, Miss Jerry. Lunell, aka Miss Jerry. Miss Jerry Jerry. Miss Very Jerry. We used to have a Miss Jerry on the second floor in Astoria, building 13, 424, Miss Jerry. Vicky Jerry was her daughter. Hey, Vicky, hey. Per the Google, Lunell 66. Yup. Yup. I'm seeing 66. Hey, Ro. Good morning, Rod's Fish and Chips. Look, you two could have a banner on the Jonesy Show. I got something better for you. You know what I have for you? I have a feature. And this goes out to any of you out there that have a business that you're trying to promote. Let me tell you what you get. Let me explain it to you. And you email me. Hold on. You email me if you want to be a part of this promo that I'm about to do. Remember how we used to do Black-owned business? So I'm doing a feature here called Local Love. Because you're local to somebody. Local Love. You get to be the monthly sponsor in that space by yourself. You'll get, if you're interested, email me. But you'll get to power the show. Today's show is powered by your business name bannered on the screen. We'll do something on the ticker tape for you too. Of course, you get the shout out, but then I'm also going to put you on my IG, on my other platforms. And we're really going to just help you build your brand, your business, and make connections to your audiences. Local Love. So if you are interested, even if you have a company that you're, not so sure about and you want to test the waters, just email me right there, bookingjonesy@gmail.com. Because I'm building out this whole brand and I'm telling you, once it gets up, you ain't going to be able to probably afford a spot in. Because I'm going to start going to the corporations that are able to be parallel to where I elevate to. So while I'm offering and I'm in the building stages, if you are in the building stages or if you already, settled in and you want some more looks, my numbers are real. They're verifiable. People don't just stop through here. According to the analytics, they stay. And that's what you guys want. That's what you want. They're staying because they trust. And that's what you want also. Someone that the people trust endorsing your stuff. And I'm not endorsing no bullshit. I can't do that because that's going to fuck the whole thing up. So, again, if you have a business, a service, you might be an accountant, you know taxes are coming up. Mother's Day is coming up. You might bake. You might put together baskets or something. Email me at bookingjonesy@gmail.com and come on and get your local love. Thank you. Yeah, terrestrial radio, whole nother thing. It's too many. And the thing with terrestrial radio is that I used to be giving shout outs to companies, right? Every day. The Black-owned business of the day. But if they're not in their car at that time, at that moment, listening, then it didn't happen. Right? Who wants everybody else telling you, yo, they was talking about you on the radio and you have no recording of it? You can't go back on YouTube or Facebook and clip it for yourself. You got to try and reach out to me. Ask me, can I do it over? Ask me for a recording. Then I would have to go to Wayne and ask Wayne. That is one of the reasons why us direct like this is so much better. We're on, well, we're supposed to be on Instagram. Something's going on my Instagram why I haven't been able to connect it. But anyway, I'm on YouTube, Facebook Live, I think TikTok, and here on StreamYard. And this goes a lot further. This goes a lot further because it sits on here. And you don't have to be listening necessarily from 7 to 10. If you want to listen during your lunch break, if you want to listen at nighttime, if you want to listen over the weekend, you can always come to the Pink Champs channel and play back the episodes. And clip what you need to post on your page. Right? So it took time for me to understand why Queen Flip used to always tell me, don't worry about that radio. That shit is not like, These platforms, that's where everybody is able to level up. You're not bound no more. You don't have to wait for be the secondary check. Get your shit direct. Oh, we can do Funk That. A Funk That Thursday. Funk That Tuesday. Or Funk That Friday on a Thursday. I still got so many Funk That t-shirts too. Thank you, Mr. Curtis. Yes, CM Williams. You have to. You can't take people's listening for granted and assume, oh, they'll find me. Let me take 3 months off. No. Nope. Y'all are here. I'm going to be here for you. So let me get to the birthdays and then we can wrap this baby up. Hold on. Norm, I'm jealous. You in Puerto Rico. Tracy.
I'm about to come back to Vegas, but not quite yet.
He's kissing that nose. And that cheek. Stop playing. Stop playing. But somebody does want all of what you got. And if you keep on playing with I'll be sure, Miss Lunell, Miss Jerry, whoever out there that is your aligned partner that's supposed to be on their way to you, they're going to see that and they're going to go away. They're going to come to Jonesy. If today is your, let me get the song. Wait, it's a lot. The hell? Hold on. Shit. What's today's date? Today's Wednesday, the 21st. I only got 3 birthdays. Why are we making such a big deal? Was that shady? All right. Now, This is the only part. I got to figure out a way to do all this shit faster. Wrong drive. Hold on. I'm so glad that Lala from Allure is still in here. Right? That's such a pleasure. If today is your birthday, you celebrated with Hakeem Olajuwon, Eric Holder, and I Show Speed. But wait, there's more. Opera singer Placido Domingo, 85. Actor Jill Eikenberry, 79. Singer-songwriter Billy Ocean, 76. Actor Bobby Benson, 70. Actor Gina Davis is 70. Actor Charlotte Ross from NYPD Blue is 58. Singer Mark Gaye from Shy is 57. Actor Karina Lombard from The L Word is 57. Actor Ken Long from Lost and Marvels and Humans is 56. Rapper Levert from B-Rock and The Biz is 56. Singer Cat Power is 54. Singer Emma Bunton, Baby Spice, is 50. That's a lie. That's a lie. Angie Martinez's baby daddy, Nopio, from Drew Hill, is 47. Actor Isabella Miko from Coyote Ugly is 45. Luke Grimes from Yellowstone and 50 Shades is 42. And actor Felice Ramirez from Grand Hotel is 34. Now that's some birthdays for that ass. Thank you, Mr. Grayson, for that super duper extended 33-inch extended version birthday list. Kitty, you could appreciate that. That nigga just gave us the motherfucking 7-minute long version of freaking Ain't No Stopping Us Now. You know how that motherfucker ain't no in a birthday list. God damn it, Mr. Grayson. You are hired for real. Tracy speaks to my heart though, because she know I ain't got a lot of time for the bullshit. It better be 3 to 5, and it better be at least 2 of the possible of which I give a damn about. You said, I don't know this woman. I don't know what tickles her fancy. Let me just throw all the balls to the walls. And I appreciate you for it. This 10-minute version of freaking fucking Lawyer by Nature, Uptown Anthem. The hell? We got them birthdays in. I Show Speed is a YouTuber, the next generation of celebrities. I be damned. I just said it because it was on the list. YouTubers don't count as celebrities. They have to pass Jonesy's litmus test because nothing ain't moving past here if it ain't got no real fucking talent. And I don't care who follows who. You could buy followers. Philly Chica said, that's Old Spice now. She not a baby no more. And y'all want to get mad at me. Well, we about to wrap it up. Any final words for today, people? Any requests? Anybody you would like for us to reach out to come and tell their business? Once again, Matt Mastillo and family. Matt Mastillo, we wish you all the best next Saturday in the Flex Fight series. That's going to be on 48th Street, HK Hall on the 31st. And Matt Mastillo is a friend of our friend at Nationwide Bus Charter, Nick. So Nick got the pleasure of handling all of Matt Mastillo's family and friends, which means that Nationwide Bus Charter is very trusted. They are a trusted source for you and your family. Because you know what happens if they fuck this up. Matt Mastillo going to give him them hands and them feet. So he's an MMA fighter. So clip that. Let's put the Nationwide Bus Charter. Let me swap that out. I might mess it up. You do it, Giddy. Hey, thank you. Oh, I love Nokia. You said Nikio. You meant Nokia lips? Do you like the black nail polish too? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. One for the road. Wait, you know what? Anybody that ever got a DUI or a DWI, blame it to the motherfucker that came up with that line, one for the road. Who said that? Who's encouraging drunk driving? Oh, let me just get one for the road. No, you can't get one for the road. Whoever made that up, you the reason why niggas lost state privileges of driving. And I don't know who you are, but don't y'all agree that they need to hold some accountability in that? Let me just get one for the road, y'all. One for the road. Jaheim? Who the hell Jaheim? The triangle hole he spoke of. Hey, Jawan. No, I don't know where Aaron Hall is. And now I'm concerned. Last I saw him talking about how Diddy watched him fuck. He liked the fucking public, and Diddy and Jodeci all know, and next thing he's disappeared. Thank you, guys. Thank you for coming and making it a great show. DJ L. Vok. Did I say that right? How you nailing? It's time for a change. This was my holiday nails. It's time. Oh, y'all talking about Nokio's black nail polish, right? How you polishing? Yes, Philly Chica, the black nail polish at the concert with him and Jodeci years ago in Philly. In Philly. Stop placing him in Bali. I'm not doing y'all today. We did enough. We got enough punches coming to our faces in the last 3 hours. Trust me. We got to be on the lookout for Lunell popping up at Comedy in Harlem on Monday. What that bitch Miss Jones say? Oh, thank you, Kenneth Miles, for being in here and sending such a gracious donation to me. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for submitting and supporting and sending me a little lunch money today. Keep the lights on without the asthma note. Thank you. It's not too late. You can Cash App, Zelly, if you feel. You don't have to, but I appreciate it. Thank you to Nationwide Bus Charter for riding, and thank you to Scarlet Reserve Room. Clip that. And Where's the thing I wanted to play? This one.
I see you looking at me. I can tell by your eyes that you feel it. And I really want you to get close. What's your name? It's the essence. After I just ain't praying. Because you know that I'm a fan. You take it, my baby. You did so good to me.
That's Kevin Ross at 112. But that's not really the one I want to hear.
2, 3, 4. That's on Case, talk to him. You're the only one for me. Woo! You're the only one I need. Can't nobody make me feel the way you're making me feel. And girl, you know this love is real. Oh, you are. Touch me, touch me,
How dope is that?
hold me, baby, I'm about to explode. It's all my love. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, like the course of afternoon. So,
thank you for joining me today.
I miss you. Like a woman without a man. Yeah, yeah. I'm away without a hand. Baby, I'm missing you from pieces in our past. Woo! Once infinity. Show me what you're feeling. You're someone from a distant past. It's breaking my heart. Breaking my heart.
Come on, don't we love that? Don't we love that? Now, if you ever get a chance to run up on Kevin Ross, let him know that Jonesy who don't like nosy. Say Jonesy who don't like nosy actually is a fan. Maybe I'll reach out. How you feeling? So thank you to my moderators. Everybody, thank you for taking the time to join me. Thank you to my tech expert, Giddy. Appreciate you. Thank you to Ron P. Thank you to Lawyer Bay for Jonesy's Juice today. And thank you to all of you that checked in for me. I would love to have him on the show. I would love to have him on the show because he actually could sing. Please like and subscribe. Please. And hi, Simvantre, the end. A Live Blackwater, we are ugly to somebody. I appreciate you guys. Mr. Grayson, thank you. You are a major help today. Thank you. Tracy, always a pleasure. Philly Chica. Ray Brown, all of you. Truth be told, LaShawn, Vintage, thank you so much. Nikita. Lucy B. CM Williams. LaShawn, did I say LaShawn already? Trying to go up, trying to go back. Dwayne. Dwayne Brown. Mr. Grayson, I said thank you to you, right? I said how you were a tremendous help. Karma, thank you. Diane and Elaine Williams, no connection, but thank you so. And Joseph Langley, thanks for stopping by always. Please like, please thumb up, please do whatever shit is that they telling me I have to tell y'all to do. Mr. Curtis, Ronnie Head, all the way from Oregon. Rosina from Raj Fish and Chips. Good morning. Let's get on the phone today and get you up here as local love. Lock that in. All right, my loves. That's it for me. Kim from Harlem. Thank you for moderating, y'all. Okay, guys.
Let's take from it.
Hey, Ryan Lane, let's get it.
So real. It's Jonesy in the morning. It's Jonesy. With shade and laughter.
With shade and the laughter me.
Na 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 na.
Jonesy in the morning.
I had that dress since 1995. That little last dress.